Hey everyone, welcome back to Be a Geek. I am Kritagya. In today's video, we will solve another HackerRank problem, that is write a function. So this problem is about is a year a leap year or not. So before going to the solution of the problem, we will learn two things. First, what is a leap year? Second, what is a function in Python? So let's start with what exactly is a leap year. So leap year. So for example, we have a year like for example 2000. So if a year is divisible by 4, if a year is divisible by 4 and we have a remainder 0, then it will be a leap year unless it should also be divisible by 100. If it is divisible by 100, we are getting remainder as 0 in case of 100 too. Then it must be divisible by with 400 too. If this is a case, then it's a leap year. We say it as a leap year. Okay, and let's take another example. For example, 1900. Okay. Let's take 1900. 1900 is divisible by 4. Yes, it is divisible by 4. We will get remainder as 0. Is it divisible by 100? Yes, we will get 0. Or is it divisible by 400? No. 1900 is not divisible by 400. As we divide it, it will be like 4 point something. So it will not give us remainder as 0. So it is not a leap year. Simple. Let's take few more example. For example, let's take 1996. Okay. 1996 is divisible by 4. Yes, it is divisible by 4. It will give us remainder 0. But it will not be divisible by 100. It will not give us 0 here. But it is a leap year. Let's take another example. That is 1990. It is not divisible by 4. Then not a leap year. Now let's summarize all things. If a year is divisible by 4, then there is a chance it will be a leap year, but two conditions. First, it should not be divisible by 100. It should not be divisible by 100. Then it is considered as a leap year. Second case is, if it is divisible by 100, then it must be divisible by 400 too. Then it's a leap year. So these are the only two conditions. If the year is not divisible by 4, then it's not a leap year. That should be our first case, which will eliminate our most of the cases. So we understood what exactly is a leap year. Now let's move towards the functions. So function is basically a reusable block of a code. So as we can see, this is a block of a code. It is performing some operations that performs a specific task. Okay, so basically a block of a code that performs a specific task is what function is. And in Python, if we need to write any function, the function must start with word def. So if I want to write a function, for example, hello, so I'll write def my function name as hello. and so the syntax is it must start with def, then we have a function name. This is our function name. Then we have arguments. We'll see what exactly is arguments, or what we call even variables or parameters. Then we have colon, then we have the indentation as we have the colon. Okay. Then we use the print function. We are just printing hello underscore format name. So basically whatever we are getting from here, we are just printing it like hello underscore. For example, I have passed the name as beer geek. So it will print just like this. So let's take some examples. For example, I need to add, like swap two numbers. Okay, I need to swap two numbers. For example, I have a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3. I need to swap the numbers. A need to have 3 and b need to have 5. Okay, so what is the code for swapping a two number? So we take a variable c, we put a in here, and in a we put b, and inside b we put c. This is the code we write. Okay, for example, I have like a huge file of code, a file where basically lots of line of code, and I need to swap two numbers, for example 10 times in a code. So every time I have like two numbers a b, I will write the code for 3 lines swapping these numbers. Again I'll have a b, I will write this again, then this again. So 10 times I will be writing this. For one time it will taking like 3 lines. So 10 times it will be taking 30 lines. But with the use of functions, what we'll do, we will create a function to swap two numbers and we'll use that function. So how to create a function? So basically we'll start with a def word. We'll name our function as swap two numbers. And we need to swap two numbers, so obviously we will be needing those two numbers. So anything we need in our function, we take that inside these round brackets. So for example, here I need two numbers, that is a and b. We'll put colon here. Now we need to write the code. So for swapping two numbers, we'll put c is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to c. So this is the function we have made. Okay, and if I see this inside my code, okay, so I'll just take that file. Okay, so now 10 times I need to swap two numbers. So I'll just writing a single line calling our function swap two numbers a comma b. So I will be writing this line only for the 10 times. So only 10 lines will be used. So instead of 30 lines, with the use of function, we have reduced our code of like 20 lines. So that's how we use functions. So functions has a very simple syntax. We write the def word, we write the function name, we write whatever arguments we need in our function, and we perform all our operation inside this function. Okay, also there is a thing called returning. So functions can return things too. So I'll just take a very simple example. For example, I have a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3. I need to add these numbers. but with the use of functions. So what I'll do, I'll write a simple function, def add, I'll take a comma b, and to return things from the function, we use return keyword. Return. So I'll saying the function return whatever we need to return, we can write after the return keyword. So I need to return a plus b. Simple. This is our function. It's doing nothing, taking just two variables and returning the sum. Or there are many ways to write a function. So I can write this as also a comma b. I'll write return. First I'll do the sum. Sum is equal to a plus b and return the sum. Either way, both are fine. Okay. Okay. So in this case, I'll just use. I have also two things. So first I'll take a sum. Okay. Sum equals to add a comma b, or I write print sum. So whatever the function will return will store that result in this variable, and we will print this. Okay. Or either way, we can just directly print our function too. Whatever the function is returning, print it. So we can write it in the print function also. Okay. So let's go to our HackerRank problem. So what HackerRank problem states that we will have a year in the input. We will have the year in the input. We need to find if that year is a leap year or not. That's a very simple case. Okay. So as we have seen the logic, a year can be evenly divided by 4 is a leap year. If the year is divisible by 4, it is a leap year unless the year can evenly divided by 100. If it is also divisible by 100, it is not a leap year unless if it is divisible by 100, it will not be considered a leap year unless it is also divisible by 400. Then it's a leap year. Okay. And the other case that we have studied, if it is not divisible by 100, but it is divisible by 4, that we have seen. So I'll just explain you again that case. Yes. So we have two conditions, simple two conditions. If a year is divisible by 4, then we need to check for two conditions. First is if it is not divisible by 100, then it's a leap year. Second case is if it is divisible by 100, then we must also need to check it for 400. Okay. So we'll consider these two conditions and we'll write our code. We'll write our simple code. So first thing we need to check if it is divisible by 4 or not. So we'll write the logic here. We have a boolean keyword leap. We'll need to update this as true or false if it is a leap year or not, and that we will be returning it. And in the returning result will be stored in year, and the print function will print it. Okay. So the year will have the input, whatever the user put the year, and we are directly printing it using the print. Okay. So now let's write our first logic. If the year divisible by 4, then we need to check for other conditions. So let's write the elimination case first. If a year is not divisible by 4, then it's definitely not a leap year. Then we can just update it. Leap is equal to false. Okay. That is our first case. Second case is else if. We'll check for the second case, or just like elif. We check for the second case. That is if the above if is passed. If the above if is passed, then the year is divisible by 4. Then we have two cases. The first case is it should not be divided by 100. Then it's a leap year. So we'll check if it is not divisible by 100, then it's a leap year. We will make it leap as true. Simple. Now let's take the else if condition again. If the year is divisible by 4, definitely this will not run. Then it will come downwards and it will check for this if. If the year is not divisible by 0, then it will make it true. But if year is divisible by 0, divisible by 100, then we must need to check it for 400 also. Then only we can say it is a leap year. So for example, I just check it not equal to 0. Sorry, we need to check it for here equals to. Okay, and then we can say it's a leap year. So we have covered all these conditions, and we can just if it is a leap year, then true will be returned. If it is not a leap year, false will be returned. Or we can also write the else case. If none of the case above works, we can have this else case as return, or we can just need to update the variable as false. Okay, so now let's just run this code. Okay, let's just submit this. Our question is submitted successfully. So I hope you have understood what exactly is a leap year. Also, if you want to copy this code, you can directly visit our website. So on our website, we have solutions for all the problems that we have done in our videos. So today we have done write a function. So we'll open this question. So here is our code. You can directly copy this code using the copy button, and the video will be uploaded here soon. So hope you like this, and do like, share and subscribe the channel. I'll see you in the next one.